Hello guys, today we're going to talk about claying your car and that is, according to me, a very good method to absolutely totally clean the car from dots, spots, any contaminant that you could have. You could of course use a polisher machine. I have those as well. These days I usually use the clay instead because I think it's less noisy to work with and also a bit easier. The machine I use when I have deeper scratches and stuff like that, because then it gets that really brings it down and brings the gloss up and almost always removes the scratches. But a ball of clay like this, you can use any brand that you wish. Since we are in Scandinavia, it's quite cold outside, so I have to warm it up with my hands first. First off, I have power washed and degreased the car, and it has been standing overnight, so I will just wipe it down with a micro towel first before I start. So as you can see, the car is looking pretty clean in the sunlight, but as you will see when we are finished with this area, you can compare it to the other areas on the car and you will see a major difference. So what the clay's strongest points are is to remove all the contaminants in the paintwork. So if you come close here, you can see like this. There are little spots of asphalt or tar or whatever. And down here, you can see here as well. And those are the ones that are visible, clearly visible to our eyes. But as you will see, after we are finished, the paint contains more contaminants than those two, and those will disappear and you will see a clear difference in pop. So now I've warmed up the clay. You will need some sort of lubricant. I use just quick wax, spray wax, to lubricate it, because otherwise it just sticks in the paintwork. It doesn't work. You need to have something. According to some sources, you can also use just a spray bottle with ordinary water. I use the quick wax because I've done it before and like it. So if you come closer here. Now you will hear something when I do like this. You hear. Afterwards we will do the same test, and then we'll see that my fingers won't make that much noise. So the thing that makes the noise is the contaminants in the paintwork right now. So I spray the clay in a small area first, and then just go to work. You can come closer here. And this is very easy for you to see, that the little dots here, you just work on it and it will disappear. And the clay glides on the paintwork, on the lubricant, and just go over it. And as soon as you see a little spot, just rub, push, lean on the clay, whatever word you like to use, and it will go away. And if you look here on the clay now, you can see that it's discolored and there are small spots. So what I do is just to take that aside. Oh, there. There's one left. So if you're not happy with the result on the first go, just go another time. And then it's gone. So and compared to the polisher, that is a bit heavier and harder to work, especially if you're not a pro, this one is extremely easy to do. I don't know if you can see it, but this is the winter clean, so the dots has been infested the car. See if I can. This seems to be a large chunk of tar or asphalt or something, so I will rub it first with my nail. You shouldn't do this, but because I have the lubricants on, it doesn't leave that much of a scratch. And then I take the clay and clay off the rest of the residue. And as you can see, it's now gone. Here we have a little black dots. The further down on the car you come, the more dots you will have. They should be removed by the degreaser, but they are not always gone. And if you use too much degreaser, especially in the sunlight, you will have runnings or discolorations in your paintwork instead, and then it's much better to do this. So wipe it down, see if there are any visible spots left. Yeah, there are 3 or 4 here, so we'll go over that area again. I will also I will also ball up the clay again to get some fresh clay to pick up the dirt here. And as you can see, the dots or the contaminants are very, very small, so you will have to stand close to the car to actually see them at all. But your eye will pick them up on the paintwork, even from a distance, even if you don't. So there you go. So enough about the claying. Now this good old-fashioned polish. You can use any polish that you like. I like the Meguairs because I like the way they go on and the way they smell, and especially that they work very well and are easy to take off. As you can see, the application pad is quite dirty, but it doesn't really matter, because any dirt from this will actually go off later on. So, polish. This is the part that you can do with the machine, if you have one. But because the area here now is very, very, very clean from the claying, there's really no need. Let's use some elbow grease, and it will look shiny in a second or two. So what you're looking for is a bit matte, off look instead of shiny. And as you can see, I don't use much product on this area. At least I don't think so. You can splash on a whole lot more if you want to, but it will only be harder to remove afterwards, and it will do nothing more for the paintwork. Also, if I missed anything on the claying, the polish also contains stuff that removes contaminants. Because of the different properties of the polish and the wax and the clay, they are better on removing different things. So that's why you use the polish, to get the paintwork to shine really, really good. and the wax to seal it. I fold micro towels because then I know which side is dirty and which one I had used before. So now that the polish has gone a bit matte or off, it's time to remove it and put on the wax coat. And as you can see already, the shine is considerably higher than it was before we started. Okay, so now we have the shine, and now we will put on the wax instead. And why you do that is because the polish is good at making the paintwork shine, but it won't last. The wax is to seal the surface and make it shine for longer, and also making it easy to wash off, of course. Same again, you can use any wax you want to, but if you want it to last longer, it's the harder waxes that works best. If you have spray on wax, a quick wax, a clean wax, they usually disappear after 3 to 4 weeks, something like that. A harder wax like this gives a much more long-lasting shine and protection. So I just add some. What I like about this wax from Meguairs is that it smells good, of course, but it also comes off really easy, and it's very soft to work with. Just get it in there. If you really wanted to absolutely show car finish, waxing is that you actually do it 2 times. So you let it dry, like now, when I apply it, then let it dry, wipe it off, and do it again. I like polishing cars, but I'm not that picky, so I won't do it 2 times, I'll just do it 1. And if you want it to really sit, then let it dry. If you have an indoor, like a garage or something that you store your car in, just let it sit for more than 6 hours. It actually gives an even better protection and also a bit added shine. But it's hard to spot actually with the naked eye. Okay, so now we're going to see if there's any difference between the clayed, polished and waxed door to the areas around it, and see if there's any difference at all. Otherwise the job was completely meaningless. So now it's dried. Yeah. You could let it sit, usually I let it sit for, I do 1 panel, I go on to the next and the next, and when I'm done the entire car, it will be with wax on it. I leave the wax, I don't wipe it off usually, but I do it for you guys now, that washing. So, because then I know which areas I already done and clayed, and now I'll just wipe it off so we can see the difference. I remember when I was younger, we used towels and other stuff before the micro towels, and that was a real pita to get the wax off. But with the micro towels, they are a godsend to people who wax the cars, I think. Okay, so now all leftover wax is gone. So if you come closer, let's do the finger test again and see if it sounds. Now it's a smooth, slick surface. You can't hear anything compared to the old panels. So what we have done is removed all the contaminants in paintwork. We polished it up so it shines better, and waxed it so it will last on the shine. So now we will see, if we step back, if we can see any difference. Now I only have a bit more of the car to do, so I will leave you guys to your cars and have a day or two to wax and polish my own car. So over and out, see you later.